Hey there, welcome to the Herbal Moon Goddess podcast. My name's Kyra, and today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 steps to launching your astrology business. So whether you're just a beginner astrology student or maybe you've been studying astrology for years, I'm going to be guiding you through the basic steps that you need to do to start actually getting paid for sharing your astrological wisdom. I'm also going to be sharing a case study about exactly how one of my students is now making real money from being a professional astrologer, like sharing her astrology wisdom with the world. So stay tuned for later on in this episode where I will share that case study. So basically, I guess when you're starting out any sort of business, whether we're talking about astrology or tarot or whatever it is, one of the main things that you need to do is narrow it down into your niche. So when I'm talking about a niche, I'm talking about a specific topic or area of interest that you are quite passionate about. So when you find that niche, then it really makes it easier for you to talk directly to your ideal clients and magnetize them to your offerings. So as an astrologer, you may decide to focus on forecasting. Perhaps that could be your area of expertise. Or maybe you are more focused on love and compatibility, and you might be known as like the love astrologer, determining how astrology affects relationships. Or perhaps there's something else. Maybe you want to be an astrologer for mums and their kids, or a health astrologer, a career astrologer, a business astrologer. Whatever it is, I invite you to explore what it is that you're actually really passionate about and how you can maybe weave astrology into that. Niching down, no matter what industry you're in, is really one of the top keys to success. And that's something that I've found over my decade plus of running my own business, is that niching and getting really specific into a particular area is a huge key to success. When you're trying to serve everyone, you're really serving no one. So niching, first step. The second step is to find your strengths. Now, as an astrologer or astrology student, then you may already have an idea of your strengths from looking at your astrology chart. So by looking at your natal chart, you can absolutely determine what your strengths are, and this can help you determine how to offer your services as an astrologer, perhaps the type of readings or other offerings that are going to be best suited to how you naturally express yourself or you naturally communicate or whatever it is. So some things that you could be looking at on your natal chart in particular is looking at the houses. For example, if you have a lot of planets in the 7th house, then this could indicate doing one-on-one readings with individual clients could be something that's best suited to you. If you have a lot of planets there in the 7th house, and that means that one-on-one work where you're creating deep relationships with your clients is often a strength of yours and is likely to be more fulfilling for you. If you have a lot of planets in your 11th house, then this could suggest that you're best suited to group work. So maybe considering doing like a group program or bringing together a group of people and offering your astrology offerings in that sort of group setting. Or perhaps you have a lot of planets in your 9th house on your natal chart. And when you've got that concentration in your 9th house, then that can often indicate that you're an educator. So perhaps you'll be better off writing a book about astrology or creating a course about astrology, an online course, or maybe even doing like in-person courses, however it feels best for you. So of course, there's lots of other ways that you can dive into your particular strengths and if you're listening to this, then chances are then you're quite familiar with your natal chart already. And so you probably have an idea of some of your strengths already. So I invite you to, instead of just maybe copying other people's business models, or even just doing what you feel like you need to be doing, like what astrologers traditionally need to be doing, like, you know, doing natal chart readings or whatever it is, I encourage you to break away from those traditions and do what feels best for you and your strengths. And maybe, you know, that requires you stepping outside the box a bit and trying something different, but go for it. If that's what you're here to do, then go for it. So that's the second step, finding your strengths. The third step is to create your offerings. So you've found your niche, you found your area of expertise or particular interest, and then you found your strengths. So now you can create aligned offerings that are going to be serving your ideal client that's within that niche using your strengths. So for example, let's say you're a health astrologer and maybe you have a lot of planets in your 11th house. So as I've just said, with that concentration in the 11th house, that can indicate group work. So if you're really interested in health and astrology and you've got that 11th house energy, then to me that means that doing group programs and teaching like a group of people like about health and astrology, that would be something that's really suited for you. So have a look at what's coming up for you based on your niche, your areas of strength, and play around with some different offerings that you could provide. Some other forms of offerings, like you can do written reports, and it doesn't just have to be like a natal chart interpretation. You can do different types of astrology reports focusing on anything really. You can do reports about manifesting, or reports about their future, compatibility reports, or past life, or whatever it is. Like, there are so many things that you can pull from someone's astrology chart, right? So you can absolutely create any sort of offering based on your niche and pulling that information from their chart. So yeah, we've got written reports. You could coach a group program. You could write a book. You could set up a membership or some sort of subscription. And of course you can do like the one-on-one readings, like in person or on Zoom, or however you choose to do it. There's so many different options these days. I see people doing audio recordings for readings and just sending that through via Instagram or other sort of methods. So there's really no limit to how you can deliver your astrology readings, reports, or other offerings. Feel free to be creative. So those are my 3 basic steps to launching your astrology business. It's really that basic, where you just find that area that you're really interested in, find your strengths, and then create those aligned offerings and target that to your ideal clients. And if you do that, like you're going to start making that money and getting paid to do what you love, which, if you're here, is obviously astrology. So now I'm going to share with you a bit of a case study of one of my students from the Herbal Moon Goddess Academy. So one of my students, she joined the academy, I think about 4 months ago, and she did have a bit of astrological knowledge. She had been a huge fan of my moon manifesting calendars, and so she had obviously a good understanding of the moon and the zodiac. But through doing the astrology beginners course in the academy, which teaches you how to read a natal chart, and then doing the astrology forecasting course in the academy, which, as the name suggests, teach you how to forecast the future. From doing just those 2 courses, she felt confident enough to start offering readings. And so she came up with some different types of astrological offerings that she could offer to her followers on Instagram. She does like natal chart readings as well as other things. And she has already made hundreds of dollars from doing this. And yeah, it's just incredible to see how she's grown over these past few months studying astrology and then having the confidence to go forth and make money. And to put that in context, the Herbal Moon Goddess Academy is only $66 a month. So she's easily made back that money that she's invested in the academy. So it really is easy to get started offering astrological offerings if you're passionate about doing that. And it's really easy to just put it out there. Like, it really costs you nothing to offer something, like on Instagram or Facebook or wherever it is that you're hanging out, TikTok, YouTube, wherever, and just say like, hey, if you'd like to book in for a reading and know more about your natal chart or your career in astrology or what's coming up for your future or whatever it is, here's the details to book in with me. Like, you just have that offering, you offer it out to people, and you have that option for them to pay you. And it's really that simple. So I hope that this short and sweet episode has given you some inspiration for how you can start offering astrology readings or other offerings and start getting paid to do what you love, reading astrology. So if you are really serious about launching your astrology business, if you need a bit of guidance on refining your ideas, maybe pulling up your strengths from your natal chart, or even just narrowing down into your niche and creating those aligned offerings, I'm here to help you. I do have a limited number of soul-aligned strategy sessions still available, which are completely free. It's just a 15-minute chat on Zoom where we get together and I pretty much tell you my advice on how you can get started with your business and start making money, because that's what I'm really passionate about. I'm passionate about helping entrepreneurs making money by doing what they love in a soul-aligned, authentic way. So if that sounds like you, I would love to chat with you real soon. The link to book in your free session will be in the show notes. So let me know, have you launched your astrology business? What is it that you're offering astrologically? I'd love to know some of the different offerings that you may be sharing with the world. Feel free to start up the conversation on Instagram or Facebook. You'll find me at Herbal Moon Goddess. And yeah, I would love to see what you guys are all doing with astrology. It's so exciting because I see so much potential with how astrology relates to so many different areas of our lives, and there is like a lot of gaps, I guess, that could be filled with how you can use astrology in certain areas of your life. So I'm really excited by the potential by budding astrologers offering their unique services into the world. So I hope you found this episode helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.